Hello everyone, welcome to my video today. This is Teresa. Today we are going to build a card together again, so you can watch and then pull out your supplies and do it with me if you'd like. I am using mostly or all Close to My Heart products today, so I will link a link in my description below so you can go see what's still available, and I'll kind of talk about things as we go along. So I have this stamp set that we're going to use. This is from Close to My Heart, and it's a special stamp of the month, so you can only buy it in April. So that's why I'm trying to get this video made today, so that you still have some time to purchase it if you want to. It's called Love So Sweet, so I will put a link for that. I have my card base and a piece of scrap paper that I'm going to use in a minute. And I also got this paper packet from Close to My Heart. I'm not going to show it all to you, but I'll put a link. It's called Feels Like Home, and it's really a fun paper packet. I really like it. I don't use a lot of paper in my videos, if you've noticed, to make cards, but today I wanted to use some paper, and I chose this striped pattern. And with Close to My Heart, on their pattern paper, they always have this zip strip. That's what they call it, a zip strip. And it usually has a design. So the first thing to do if you have their paper is to cut that zip strip off so that you don't cut it and ruin it and not be able to use it if you're cutting up your paper. And I'm going to use this zip strip in this card today, actually. So I'm going to cut my paper first. Normally I would cut the paper last, but I think the way I'm going to do the card, I want to cut it first. So I'm going to cut a 1-inch strip of this. Whoops, it's moving on me. So make sure you hold it down so it doesn't move. I'm cutting a 1-inch strip by 5.5. My card back measures 4, and I believe it's 4 1/4 by 5.5. So, so we've got this strip first, and it's going to go right there on my card. And I forgot, excuse my arm, I forgot to grab, oh, you didn't even see my arm, good. I forgot to grab my sponge, because if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I sponge everything. So I'm just using the black Close to My Heart ink, and I'm going to sponge up this piece that I just cut from that pattern paper. Now, if you use pieces like this, your pattern paper will last a very long time. And then I'm going to use my zip strip, and so I'm going to cut it at 5.5 inches as well. I'm doing that over on the side because my ink's in the way. But I'm just cutting it on my trimmer, and I will ink it up as well. So you can do this pretty quickly, as you can see, and I like to use black. Boy, I can't even talk today. Black and browns a lot, but you could do colors too. So, you know, if you had some colors in here, some green or something, you could do colors. All right, we're ready to glue, tape those or glue them down, and just make sure your card's opening the right way. Sometimes we are not paying attention and we get everything backwards, and that's not a good thing. So I am putting some tape on this piece that I cut and sticking it on my card. And I'm just eyeballing it. It's maybe 1/16 of an inch in. Just wherever you like it. I'm going to tape this zip strip and put it on there as well. And just kind of look at it, see where you want it, and then place it on your card. Okay, got that part is ready to go. Okay, now I'm going to take my stamps, and they are brand new to me. I haven't even used them or opened them up or anything till just now. And we are going to make a flower design on here. So I'm going to take this flower right here. I think it looks kind of fun. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, I will put a link to one or two of them in the cards, or in the description. But if you get a brand new stamp set, you want to get some of that sticky off so that it will make a good impression. Now, since I haven't stamped with this before, I am going to stamp on my piece of scrap paper and see what it looks like, if it's going to be a good image or not. Stamping, or close to my heart stamps are usually very high quality, and so I don't really have problems with them. But just to make sure, and there you go. That's a very nice impression. Okay, so I'm going to clean that up because I'm actually going to start with a light color. Excuse me. Get a drink there. And we're going to do the rocking motion. And I have a piece of cardstock here. This is a scrap piece that was left from something else. And I'm going to stamp on there and cut it out. So to do the rocking motion, you need two colors, a light color and a dark color. So first of all, you get your light color on your stamp. Make sure it's good and inked up. Then you're going to take your dark color and you're going to rock your stamp around in the dark color because you don't want it to cover everything, just some certain places. And give it kind of an edge. So let's stamp it on here and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, now hopefully you can see that. I want a little more edge, so I'm going to stamp it again. So I need to start with my light color. Get it inked up really good. You'll need to practice this a little bit because even though I've done it several times, it still takes practice. So I want a little more, so I'm going to rock it a little more than I did the first time. Okay, there, that's more what I wanted. So can you see how that gives some shading? Isn't that pretty? Okay, and we need to cut that out. So I'm going to grab my scissors and cut it out real quick. I don't think this one came with the die cuts. I usually try to buy the die cuts if they are available because I don't like to sit and cut things out. So try to cut this out pretty quick here without making a mistake, so I can only go so quick and still make it be nice. And then we'll move on to the next part. I know something else I forgot to grab, but it's right here in my drawer anyway, so it's very close by. I like to keep all my tools and things at my desk so that if I don't grab something, it's just right there and I can still get it without have to take too much time looking for it. Okay, we have that cut out. And I, of course, am going to smudge around my edges, but I want some brown ink. So I'm going to take this brown bag from Altenew, since I didn't grab the brown from Close to My Heart. And just go around my edges with the brown. And that even gives it more shading. So that makes it look really nice, I think. Anyway, I like that look. Can you see that? All right. Now, I'm going to take these leaf stamps and we're going to stamp some leaves. And we got to season these too because I haven't used anything yet. So I'm just going to rub them on my skin. There's other ways. If you haven't seen my video yet, you can go watch that. And I'm going to put these on some blocks. So put this leaf on this one and the small leaf on this one. And we're going to stamp right on our card. So that's why I wanted to put my paper down first so I would know where to stamp. And I'm going to start with a light color of green. I have 3 greens here. I'm not sure if I'll use all 3. We'll have to see what I like. So we're going to do the rocking technique again. So this is my light color. And I'm going to take my big leaf, get it inked up good in the light color. And then this is kind of a medium, so I'm not sure how it will show up. But we're going to rock that around, and I'm going to stamp it on my scrap paper to make sure it's going to, see if it's what I want. Okay, that will work. All right, so now we can just do it for real. And I'm getting ink on my block because I always forget. This is the best way to ink up your stamps, is put the ink pad down, not the stamp, because then you don't get ink all over everywhere, all over your block. But to do the rocking technique, now I got to put my stamp down anyways, because I can't see what I'm doing if I'm putting the ink down. And I want it like the flower, so. Okay, I'm just going to put this leaf right up here at the top. I don't know if you could see, but I have ink on my block, and I don't want it getting on my card, so I'm going to wipe it off here just to make sure it's not going to get on my card and smear my card. Okay, so we'll put that leaf right there. Now, I think that paper was in the way, so it made a little impression, but that way you know it's homemade, right? Okay, let's do one more of the big ones, and I'm going to rock it again. So I'll take the light color and pounce down the correct way to do this. And then I'll rock it in my medium color of green. And I want to stamp it down here. Okay, very nice. Spray that off and clean it up real quick. Now I'm going to take the small leaf, and I already seasoned it, and I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to use the medium color as my light shade, and then I'm going to use this New England Ivy as my dark shade. So we do the same thing, you ink it up, and then you roll it in the darker shade. It's called the rocking technique. And I think I want to put it about right there. Okay. And we'll do that again. This one I didn't rock quite so much. So you can see it's a little more shaded like I wanted. Okay. I might do one more, but we're going to put our flat, so I want this stamp right here, and I'm going to put it on my scrap paper of cardstock. Does So I have another piece right here. But that's only one piece. And I'm going to, I think I will just make it a dark, solid color. So I'm inking it up in my darkest green and stamping it on a piece of scrap paper. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut this out again. And it's very detailed, so I'm just going to go around the edges and leave kind of a border there. Okay, I just had a message pop up. Hopefully that's not on my video. At least if it is, I guess it is. Okay, so I'm halfway done. But I could have had this done ahead of time, but I wanted to show you from beginning to end how to build this card. So, sorry, this probably could go a little quicker. Maybe, I don't know. We're almost done though. So if you have any questions on any kind of stamping techniques or for your scrapbooks, I've done scrapbooking for many years also. I just, all my kids are grown up, and so I do cards mostly now. And I actually want 2 of these, but I'll cut the other one out later and slip it in there later. So I'm going to put one right here, and then the one I'll do later, I'll put up here. So, and I want them dimensional, which I said before I forgot my pop dots. So they're right here. And for the leaf, I'm just going to take a spongy square dot, I don't know, dimensional square, and this is kind of flat, but there is a tiny bit of dimension there, so that will work really good for the leaves. And I would have sponged them before I took that paper off, but I forgot, so we'll do it now. And I'm going to stick it right there. And then I've got my flower here, and I want it to be up more, so I'm going to take one of these other dots that's a little high, a little more depth to it, and put it on the back of the flower. If I can get that off there, and put that there. Okay, and then like I said, I'm going to make one of these to come out here, and I think I want one more leaf right there. So where did my leaf go? There it is. So we need our medium shade and our dark shade. And it would have been better if I stamped it before the flowers on there, but I just decided that I wanted it. So you can always go back and change your mind and add things. All right. Once I get that other leaf on there, I'll have that done. And I just need my sentiment now. So let's get some of these inks out of the way so we don't get them all over us. And I'm going to take my black. This is from Close to My Heart. And I'm going to take, let's see. We'll just do this Thanks here. That's kind of small, but it'll work the best with this card, I think. So I'm going to put on my small block. And now another trick, when you're doing words, if you place your word down, just kind of drop it, it will, so say it's like this, let me show you with this big long one. So see this big long one? If I try to place it down, it's just going to get all crooked and everything. But if I drop it down, just kind of drop it, it goes straight. And then I would need a bigger block, but I could put it on my block straight. So that's just a little trick there for you. Okay, so let's ink up this little tiny thanks. And since it is so tiny, I'm going to stamp it 3 times. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I could eyeball that a little better, it looks like, but you get the idea. So there's that card finished. Well, not finished, just so that I put that piece in. But we built a card in less than half an hour, and it's all ready to give to someone. And we used paper and stamps, and hopefully I gave you a few tips. So if you liked this and want to do more of this type of videos, just let me know in the comments. Please like, subscribe, share to help me build my channel so I can keep bringing videos to you like this. And thanks for watching, and have a good day. And I'll talk with you later.